Today we're going to be discussing my top 10 tips on best prepare yourself for a reptile expo along with having the best experience possible. So stick around. My name is Nick Pulaski. Growing up, I have always had a passion for wildlife, and with that passion, along with my passion of filmmaking, I get taken on some amazing adventures creating wildlife content, getting up close with a variety of incredible animals. So come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty in our natural world. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here today. So, like I said, we are a few days away from the NARBC Tinley Park Reptile Expo. It's my favorite time of year, my favorite expo to go to, as you guys know. Now, if you are new to the channel along with new to reptile expos and you're just trying to get a fix and see what it's all about and kind of understand things better and prepare yourself better, hello, welcome to the channel for one, and two, you are in one of the best spots to learn about what to do to better prepare yourself for these reptile shows. So what we're going to be discussing is my top 10 tips on how to best prepare yourself for the reptile expos and have the best experience possible. So let's start this list off with number one, which is going to be doing your research ahead of time before the show even happens. So in terms of research, it's all about learning about the species that you're interested in. So in terms of the care requirements of the species, what it lives in, what it needs, the lifespan, and so on and so forth. You want to have the best painted picture and idea going into this expo of what species you're wanting and what you're getting into ahead of time. That way the animal doesn't suffer and you're not totally thrown for the loop in terms of the care requirements for whatever species you're trying to get into. It's always good to research ahead of time. So to set yourself up with success before you even walk into a reptile expo, definitely do your research beforehand. I highly recommend it. Even do your research about the different expos as well too. There's more than just this expo, so definitely do your research and see what's around you as well. But in general, do your research because that's how you set yourself up for success. Now my second tip kind of piggybacks off of the first one, which is try not to impulse buy anything. It can be tough. There can be some amazing things out there. You want to make sure that you're setting up this animal for success right when you get this animal. So you want to make sure that you have a dedicated space for this animal already set up to quarantine the animal, make sure the animal is all okay, and to take care of this animal the best of your ability right from the get-go. That's always important. So having an enclosure set up, a game plan set up, having everything that this animal needs and requires, that's always important. Now reptile expos in general are basically a one-stop shop for all your animal needs. You can get an enclosure there, you can get all the supplies there, you can get the animal there, but you want to make sure ahead of time that you have everything prepared for this animal. I would say is the best way to go about things. Yeah, that would be my second tip, is to try not to impulsively buy an animal. Make sure that you have a designated space for the animal to go straight into to quarantine and be set up in before you even buy the animal. So having that already set up at home will set you up for success in the long run. So my third tip that I have for you guys is to consider beating the large crowds and buying a VIP pass. It is definitely worth the price. You get it for both show days along with setup day, which is Friday. You can beat the lines, you can get in early, you can see animals that would probably not be there once the general public is there. So it's definitely something I would recommend getting and investing in, is a VIP pass for sure. So you can walk around comfortably, you can talk to vendors, and hopefully not miss some cool reptiles before they're gone, before it opens to the general public. That happens all the time. I myself have also missed out on opportunities to get certain animals because I didn't get the VIP pass. So from here on out, I always make sure that I also get the VIP pass. Definitely worth checking out. I highly recommend it. Alright, so the fourth tip that I have for you guys is cash is king. Anyone's going to tell you that. Now vendors will take a whole bunch of different payment options, but in terms of working deals with vendors, I would say cash will always be king for that. So definitely bring cash if you want to get the best deals possible. And the fifth tip that I have for you guys is self-care. This is very important. So make sure that you're staying hydrated, make sure that you're eating and snacking throughout the day. You don't want anyone passing out at these shows, so it's always important to be doing those things. Make sure you're also wearing comfortable walking shoes. These venues are large, so you want to make sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes because you're going to be walking all over the place, standing as well too. So you want to make sure that you're doing it comfortably because your feet will hurt at the end of the day. So they will thank you at the end of the day if you are wearing comfortable walking shoes. Another huge tip that I see a lot of people say is wear deodorant. These venues get hot, it can get smelly and sweaty, so you're going to be in close confinements with people, so make sure that you put on deodorant as well. Alright, so if you're wanting to save time and be efficient at these reptile expos, I would highly recommend this tip number 6, which is definitely check out and download the vendor map as well as the vendor list ahead of time. Because like I said, these shows are big with a whole bunch of vendors out there, so if you're just walking around aimlessly, it's going to take you forever to get to who you want to be potentially. So you want to make sure ahead of time that you know who's going to be at these shows and you know where they're going to be located. So definitely highly recommend checking out those vendor maps and vendor lists. And like I said too, guys, definitely leave down below your tips that you have for these reptile expos. I would love to hear those down below because I guarantee I'm going to be missing a ton of them. I would love to hear your guys' tips down below on how to best prepare for these reptile expos. Definitely leave those in the comments below. Alright, tip number 7, have a game plan and manage your expectations. With large scale shows like this, it's very difficult to see everything all in one show. So managing your expectations, having a game plan going into it is definitely something I would recommend. A great idea that I personally use is I actually make a list on my phone. So what I do is I just make a list of certain supplies that I need, species that I'm looking out for, or vendors that I'm looking out for. So basically I'm cultivating the best reptile expo experience by not trying to see every single thing at a reptile expo, but with this list trying to take bits and pieces of the reptile expo, making it my own personal thing, and navigating through that and cultivating my own little game plan. It's a very efficient, very easy way to manage your expectations, relieve some stress on trying to see everything, because like I said, it's a sensory overload kind of thing. So kind of having a list going and a game plan going is definitely something I would recommend. Now if you also came from far away, it's more than just having a game plan for these shows, it's also having a game plan for after these shows, because most likely you're not coming home empty-handed. So if you flew in, you can't take your new friend on the plane with you. So with that being said, there actually are vendors that are at these shows that will help you shipping your new animal home to you. So I would definitely work this into your game plan so you can properly and safely get your new animal home to you by shipping it to you. Definitely recommend checking out these vendors that do this service for you. So definitely check them out. All right, and number 8 is go with friends, because it's definitely a better experience to go with a buddy, whether they're a reptile lover or not. It's definitely going to be a better experience than going alone. So I promise you, you'll definitely have a better show experience alongside others, I promise you. Now, if you do decide to go alone, or if you can't find anyone to go with you, just know that at these reptile expos, you are in good company, because I have met so many people throughout the years, countless people, that I have made such great friendships and connections with, and I am so thankful for these reptile expos because of that. Overall, it's a great place to meet fellow reptile and animal lovers from all over the country and even all over the world. It's not just a reptile event, it's a social event as well, so treat it as that as well too. So highly recommend bringing a buddy or making new friends at these reptile expos. You won't regret it, I promise you. And to piggyback off of number 8, number 9 is talk to vendors. I know it can be scary to some people, I get it, totally get that, it's fine. But you definitely want to be talking to some of these vendors, the people that have a whole lot of experience working with the species that you guys have interest in. So gaining insight from them, gaining knowledge, and gaining a connection from these people is worth its weight in gold, I'm telling you guys. Definitely recommend talking to vendors. Most importantly, never be afraid to ask questions to vendors. That's what these shows are all about. Like I said, it's more than just a reptile event, it's a social event as well too. So be sure to ask your questions to the vendors. And tip number 10 is going to be make sure to attend the USARK auction and support USARK. Now USARK works in supporting to keep as well as to work with a multitude of different reptile species. So definitely recommend supporting USARK and attending these auctions. It's a great time, it's a great social event, it's for a good cause. So now if you're not able to attend the USARK auctions, that's totally okay. There's other ways you can show your support too, in terms of having a membership with USARK as well as donating to USARK as well too. So it's very important as a reptile keeper and lover to support USARK to continue the continuation of all the things that we do. So coming to the auctions, getting a membership, or even just donating, doing one if not all 3 of those things, that's definitely important. So support USARK. Reptile shows will normally have a booth at the shows, so definitely check them out at the shows if you want to gain more information. I will also leave a link down below to USARK, along with if they don't have a booth at the shows, maybe talk to the show promoter and see how you can get a USARK booth at one of the shows. I highly recommend that as well. Alright, I'm not done. I wanted to give you guys one more bonus tip, which is a very important one, and that is to get enough rest. So I'm talking before the show, make sure that you're getting enough sleep. I'm talking during the show, you want to take breaks because you don't want to get burnt out at the show. I'm telling you, I definitely recommend taking breaks at the show. And after the show, you also want to be making sure that you're getting a good night's sleep and you're getting the proper rest that you need. So getting rest is very, very important. I'm not going to call anyone out, but I've seen it on Sunday morning after partying after the USARK auction. Some people did not get their beauty sleep, and it shows. So I definitely recommend making sure that you get enough rest. So definitely keep that in mind during your show experience. Overall, guys, just have fun. That's what these shows are all about. Like I said, it's as much of a reptile event as it is a social event. So make sure you guys are having fun at these shows. It's a great place to meet a whole bunch of people, see a whole bunch of cool animals, and gain a whole bunch of insight. Like I said, it's basically a one-stop shop for all your needs, reptile-wise and animal-wise. So definitely recommend you guys attending one of these expos. The March NARBC Tinley Park Expo is this coming weekend. So the 17th through the 19th of March is going to be the show dates. I personally cannot wait for the show. It's going to be an incredible place to see a whole bunch of amazing animals and meet a whole bunch more of amazing people. And if you see me at the show, don't be shy. Come right up to me. I would love to meet you guys. So if you see me at the show, please come up to me. I'm not a scary person whatsoever. I would love to meet you guys. Definitely come up and say hello. So that's it, guys. As the show date gets closer, I'm going to be making sure that my trip to Tinley is going to be best prepared by using all of these tips that I listed. If I didn't list a tip and you guys have them, definitely leave those down below so I'm not only best prepared, but others are too that are watching this. It's very important. It's a very common question. No question is a dumb question, but this is definitely a video that I want to put out to people that maybe have never been to a big reptile expo or a reptile expo in general. These tips work for all of it. Also, if you are going to be attending the NARBC Tinley Park Reptile Expo this coming weekend, let me know down below. I would love to hear that as well too. I'm looking forward to it myself. I'm so excited to meet a whole bunch of you guys there, so looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time for sure. Definitely consider it if you've never been before. Highly recommend it. Along with, let me know some of the reptile expos and shows that you guys like to go to. I would love to hear those as well too. I love traveling and seeing a whole bunch of different reptile expos, so let me hear those down below as well. So like I said, consider these tips. That way you're best prepared for the reptile expo and have the best experience possible. Hope these help. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys could do me a few favors, if you could like this video, subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Definitely check me out on my social media down below, because like I said, as Tinley gets closer, we're going to be putting a whole bunch of stuff on the channel there, so definitely check us out there. But thank you guys again for watching, and maybe even in Tinley this weekend. We will see you guys soon. Take care.